In this video, we're going to go over simplifying expressions with the distributive property. So let's begin. The distributive property, that's like the parentheses with the number on the outside. I like to call it the double rainbow. The distributive property allows us to multiply each term inside. Oops, sorry, I'm having trouble writing. Inside parentheses by the number outside the parentheses. So algebraically, we would say A times B plus C and parentheses equals, well, you do, I like to call this the double rainbow. First rainbow, A times B is AB. And then a second rainbow, whoa, from A to C, that is AC. Now, what goes between it? Well, there's a plus between them. So you do that. Now, is that a rule that always works? No, it depends. Sometimes if the number on the outside is negative, it changes things. But yes, you do AB plus AC. For A times B, that's AB. And then the second rainbow, the double rainbow, A to C, is going to be AC. And there is a minus between them because there's a minus right there. So be careful with your signs. And when we're talking about signs, we're talking about plus minus, okay? So you may want to write that plus minus down when multiplying positives and negatives because it will affect the answer. So let's take a look at number 1. A group of friends went to the movies and 3 guys each bought 2 tickets, a popcorn, and 2 drinks for themselves and their dates. Ooh. So 3 parentheses, a popcorn plus 2 tickets plus 2 drinks. So a popcorn can be represented with the letter P, I suppose. Tickets is the letter T, but there are 2 of them, so you would say 2 tickets. And D would be drinks, but there are 2 drinks. So we there bind the popcorn plus the 2 drinks, tickets, sorry, plus 2 drinks, and parentheses, there are 3 guys. So after distributing, we can represent the situation with this expression. So when you distribute, you say 3 guys. Well, they needed 3 popcorns. So 3P. Second rainbow, 3 to the plus 2. Well, that's 6T. And then 3 for our third rainbow, triple rainbow this time, that's 6D. Now, what goes between them? Well, you're multiplying by positive. 3 times positive P is 3P. 3 times positive 2 is positive 6T. And 3 times positive 2D is positive 6D. So that is how we simplify. Let's simplify these. Single rainbow, first rainbow. 4 times 2x, well, that's just 8x. And then next, double rainbow all the way. 4 times 3 is 12. And it's 4 and times 3, which is a positive 12. And that's it. That's all you can do with that one. Ta-da! Let's do number 3. 4 times 2x, well, that's just 8x. And then let's do our second rainbow. 4 times 3 is 12, but it's like negative 3 actually, so it's negative 12. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, or you can just say, oh, there's a minus sign between them, so it should be negative. So 8x minus 12. Next one, this is the one that gets a little weird. Take a look. This is negative 4. So that little plus in the middle, because there's a plus in the middle sign rule, doesn't really work. Ask yourself, what's 4 times negative 4 times 2x? Well, negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, so negative 8x. Let's do our second rainbow, double rainbow, all the way. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And that is our answer. We don't want to say, like, we could write negative 8x plus negative 12, but like plus negative 12 is the same thing as minus 12. So, yeah, you just, it's 8x minus 12. Negative 8x minus 12. Next one, negative 4 times negative 2x, that is negative 8x. And then double rainbow, negative 4 times negative 3 is, that is positive 12. You may be thinking like, wait, negative 4 times negative 3? I thought it was negative 4 times 3. Well, let's go backwards. If you were just thinking it's negative 4 times 3, yes, that equals negative 12. But then you have to bring down this minus, which is like negative 8x minus negative 12, which is when you have both of them together, it's like a plus sign. So really it's the same thing. It's negative 8x plus 12. I like to just say negative 4 times 2 x, which is negative 8x. Negative 4 then times negative 3, because that is a minus 3. Minus 3 and negative 3 mean the same thing. Negative times negative equals a positive, so I just write the positive sign, the plus. And then it's 12. Let's go to the next one. Simplify the expressions by distributing and combining like terms if necessary. So we may have some like terms here. Let's start off with this. Negative 8 times 4y. Well, negative times a positive is a negative. 8 times 4 is 8, 16, 24, 32. 32y. Let's do our second one. Negative 8 times, again, negative 5. That's a positive answer because a negative times a negative is a positive. And 8 times 5 is 40. So that is our answer. We cannot combine any more like terms. There are no like terms. And if you're wondering what the rule is, remember, positive times a positive when you multiply and divide, actually. Positive times a positive equals a positive. Positive times a negative, negative times a negative also equals a positive. So when do you get negative answers? When you have a positive times a negative or negative times a positive. You're going to get a negative answer. All right? All right, let's do the next one. 12.5 times 3, yikes. 12.5, that is 12, 24, 36 plus 1.5. 37, I suppose. I think it's 37.5, I believe. All right, next one. 12.5 times 2w, well, that is a positive answer. That is 25w. I think that's 37.5, 12, 24, 36, 36, 37 point, yeah, I think so. I believe that's our answer. Ta-da! Darn decimals, making life confusing. 1/2 times 6, well, that's a positive answer, so our answer is positive. So you could do it a couple of ways. You can say like, hey, 1/2 times 6 over 1 is like 6 over 2 m. Or what's 1/2 of 6, which is 3. We'll figure that out later. Next one, 1/2 times 10. You could say, oh, well, that's a positive answer because positive times positive. And you say, oh, that's 10 over 2 because that's 10 over 1. So 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 1 is 2. And then we have to simplify our answer. 6 over 2 is actually 3m. And 10 over 2 is 5. Ta-da! All right, let's go to the next one. Holy cow. Okay, fractions. Remember, you just multiply the tops and then divide by the bottom. I'm just going to do this. Just make life easier. 2/3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. So that's 6 over 3f, which actually turns into 2f. All right, let's do 2/3 times 12. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3, so 24 over 3, which simplifies to 15, 18, 9, 1, that's 8. And that's going to be plus 8. So now that we did that, we have to bring down this plus f. And plus what? How many f's? It's plus 1f, because f and 1f mean the same thing. Do I have any like terms? I do. 2f and f, or 1f. That equals 3f. 3f, and then I can't do anything with the 8, so it's 3f plus 8. Let me rewrite that over here. 3f, darn room, 3f plus 8 is our answer. All right, we got a plane outside or something. Let's do the next one. I'm not multiplying anything over here because it's not next to a parentheses, but I am going to multiply this. The 2 times 9, which is 18. And then the 2 times negative 1/4, well, that's 2 over 1 times 1 over 4. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. And it's a positive times a negative, which makes us negative. And then there's an x in that answer. So 2/4 x, which is the same thing as 1/2 x. I'm going to rewrite everything else. 3/4 x plus, I probably should have kept it as fourths. Yeah, I think I will. I will say 3/4, because my like terms right here are 3/4 x minus 1/2 x, which is the same as, 2/4. So this is 3/4 x minus 2/4 x. What's we got the common denominator, which is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1/4. 1/4 x. And then you've got this plus 18, which I just got to bring down. Whew. Getting crazy. Getting difficult. Let's do the next 4. Almost done. Oh, thank God. Multiplying by 10s. That's easy. So negative times a positive is going to be a negative answer. So multiplying by 10, it just means we move the decimal place over. So our 3.25 gets a little bit bigger by moving it one space over. So I now have 32.5c. And then double rainbow now. Negative 10 times positive 5.5, that's going to give us a negative answer. And I just move the decimal place over 1. So that's going to be 55. And then I bring down the minus 20. And any like terms? Well, yes, make it minus 55 and minus 20. When I have two negatives and I'm combining them, I'm putting them together, I get a bigger negative. So negative 55 and negative 20 is negative 75. Why didn't it turn positive? Well, when I multiply and divide negatives and positives, that's when a negative times a negative or a negative divided by a negative becomes a positive. When it's just like negative 55 and negative 20 next to each other, like addition and subtraction, it's just two negatives make a bigger negative and two positives make a bigger positive. All right, let me bring down the negative 32.5c minus 75. That's our answer. Oh, goodness, this is 0.25. Nothing to do with this 13, so, and not just negative 0.25. Holy cow. So it's this whole term, negative 0.25. Multiply that by 4. You put that in your calculator. You get negative 1. So negative times a positive is a negative. So you get negative 1.00. So negative 1g. Let's do negative 0.25 times 6. And that gets you a negative answer because a negative times a positive is a negative. And that's going to give us 1.5, negative 1.5. And then let's bring down this 13. So 13 minus 1g minus 1.5. Okay, 13 and minus 1.5 are my like terms. 13 minus 1.5, that's 12, 11.5. 11.5 minus 1g. Now you could have also written 11.5 minus g because g and 1g mean the same thing. Let's go to 13. Simplify an expression for the area of a rectangle. Area. How do we find area? Well, we multiply, don't we? Multiply base times height. So 13.2 times, 2 terms times 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. All right. Well, I wish they gave us a nicer number than 13.2, but I guess this is, nothing we can do about that. And that's 39 plus 0.2, that's 6, so that's 39.6x. Positive times another positive is another positive number. So 13.2 times 2 is 26.4. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I'll take it. Last one. Woohoo! Simplify the expression for the area. Again, area. You're multiplying. Oh my goodness, they gave us a fraction this time. 20 times 4 and 2/5 minus 5. Sorry, x minus 5. Oh gosh. Okay. There are two ways you can do this. You can turn this into a improper fraction or fraction greater than 1 by doing 5 times 4, which is 20. Add 2, so that's 22 over 5, and multiply that by 20. I actually am going to do the other thing, which is 2/5 is basically just like 4/10. So 2/5, 4/10 is like, that's 4.4x minus 5. Because I just multiplying it by a fraction, that sounds horrible to me. It doesn't sound fun, so I'm going to do that instead. 20 times 4.4 is that 8.8 with a 0. No, move the decimal. So that's 88x. And then let's see, that last one. 20 times negative 5 is negative 100. And that's all we can do. The area is 8x minus 100. Now, some of you may be thinking like, okay, how do I do it with the fraction? Let's try it with the fraction then. So 20. 4 2/5, if we want to convert it, is 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 2, which is 22 over 5. So 20, and this is 22 over 5, x minus 5. Okay, so 20 times 22 over 5, well, that's just 440 over 5, x minus 5. What's 440 divided, like what goes into both 440 and 5? Well, 5 goes into both of them. 5 goes into 440 88 times, and it goes over 5 once, so 88 over 1 is the same thing as 88, x minus 5, and you get the same answer. That's how you do that with fractions, which, you know, seems worse if you just could remember that 2/5 is, you know, the same as 4/10, because you just multiply both the top and bottom by 2. And that's it. That is distribution. Doing the distributive property and simplifying the expressions. It's a lot of work. It's tricky. But go ahead and try some problems on your own. Good luck.